Hello everyone, my name is Akinfish, and today, I farm different type of fish, right? So today I'll be comparing two types first. I'll be comparing the tilapia and the catfish so that we can make a deduction on which one it pays you for you to farm and which one is more profitable, all right? So let's start with the African catfish. Now the African catfish is traditional to us in Africa. Of course, there's the Dutch clarias that came into Nigeria and is what we really farm now. It's like our broiler. Do poultry is like our broiler, it gets to 1 kg within 6 months. But tilapia, on the other hand, gets to 1 kg in 1.5 years. However, tilapia doesn't need to get to 1 kg. At 500 grams, people are already buying it as stable size. All right. So let's compare some characteristics first before we then mention the figures to see what's profitable or not.
We've put catfish on the left and tilapia on the right. Now for tilapia, there are different strains of tilapia that come majorly from the Nile tilapia. There is gift tilapia. There is what we call monosex tilapia. That's tilapia that have been edited to make sure it is only male that is there. The idea being that we think that tilapia mates, once they mate with the female, they stop growing and they start giving birth to more children. So you try to reduce that mating. So it's only male, maybe like 98% male in the pond. So instead of them to be playing rough play, they will be growing faster. Do you get that? Number two, tilapia does best in cages and earthen ponds, meaning that they like natural water, good flowing water. But catfish will survive anywhere. Now, as I've said, catfish will survive anywhere. Now, number three, tilapia takes 18 months, all right, averagely to get to 1 kg. But catfish will get to 1 kg within 6 months, all right? Now, tilapia has a natural reproduction value, meaning if you put tilapia inside a pond, within 1 year, you will see the baby tilapias there as well. But catfish, if you put inside the pond, is the number of catfish you see there that it can only reduce. You can't see the baby catfish. They don't grow naturally. So tilapia is good for both meat and reproduction value. Catfish is only good for the meat value. When I mean meat, I mean the flesh, right? Now, tilapia can eat wolfia, azolla, and duckweed and grow commercially, all right? Meaning it will continue growing at a very good rate. But catfish will not eat those ones to grow at a very good rate, all right? Now, catfish food likes animal protein, meaning huge fish meal component, and so it's pretty expensive. But tilapia can grow well with huge plant protein content like soya meal, etc. Now, tilapia at 500 grams goes to the market, is already table size. In fact, you will rarely see more than 1 kg farmed tilapia in the market. But catfish from 500 grams, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, no matter the size you want, you will find it in catfish. Of course, kept for years. All right. Now, tilapia starts to deteriorate the moment you bring it out from the pond. It dies immediately, and you need to actively keep it, meaning you need ice block or something to keep it in the market. But to keep it fresh for post-harvest, to keep the integrity of the carcass fresh. But catfish is market hardy. You can take the catfish to the market. It's even still alive for 2 days, 3 days. No feeding, no water. The catfish is still alive.
So don't forget what I said, that for the meat value, all right, this male-dominated F1 generation tilapia, as you can see, they grow to 1 kg in less than 18 months, all right? So for the meat value, this male-dominated tilapia is the best because it continues to grow without reproduction. So if on your farm you want to sell juveniles, then you want to go for the normal tilapia. They are very prolific, all right? And if you also just want to do like fallow farming, it's not like you are feeding them intensively, all right? Then the traditional tilapia works for you. But if this is a farm, it's a commercial project, I want to put timelines to it, all right, then you will probably use commercial feed for your tilapia, and then you also want to use all this F1 generation type of tilapia, all right? And then don't forget what I mentioned, that by the time you add wolfia and azolla in your respective ponds, all right, it will make sure your feed cost reduces and your fish continues to grow at a very good rate, all right? So that is the advantage of tilapia, that it does not necessarily need very expensive feed. So catfish, the crude protein of the feed should be at least 30%. If tilapia see protein of 15%, tilapia will still grow well. And tilapia can use plant protein to get that price. Meanwhile, catfish does not like plant protein as much as animal protein. Catfish like blood. And don't be confused. Don't think that, oh, because it's red in color, this one that you're seeing is red in color, it means that all F1 generation is red in color. No. In fact, there's gift tilapia, genetically improved farm tilapia that just came into Nigeria, I think last year. I have it on, that's what I showed you first. In fact, let me go and show you now. So this is the gift tilapia, the genetically improved farm tilapia. This one, they told us that it's supposed to get to 1 kg in less than 1 year. The jury is still out in the sense that I am still just checking it, all right? So I can't tell if it will get to that 1 kg in less than 1 year. I can confirm that it is growing at a very impressive rate, and I'm really impressed by it, all right? But I also don't know if it will reproduce. So for the reproduction value, I don't know about it yet. I will confirm maybe in 1 month or 2 months. I'll do another video for you to know. But for the meat value, this gift tilapia is also very good. So we've talked about the gift tilapia, we've talked about the monosex tilapia, the F1 generation tilapia. Then I've told you about the traditional tilapia that reproduces very well. So if you're a small older farmer, all right, that means you want to farm less than 1,000 fishes. Maybe you want to farm behind your house, or you want to farm somewhere close to you. It's not like you are building a new farm or a big farmer like that. See, but summary of all my talk is that farm catfish, the wahala of tilapia is plenty. Now, most people farm tilapia in cages or in dams. Why? Tilapia is very fragile. Any small thing, tilapia will die. If you bring tilapia out like this, within 15 minutes, it's dead. But catfish, you can leave catfish on the floor and come back tomorrow and you still meet it alive. Because catfish has gills. It's able to take air from the is able to take oxygen from the air. Now you see these mobile ponds behind me, these mobile fish ponds, and even like tanks. They support catfish. Catfish does well in them, all right? But for tilapia, you need an 18 pond like this, all right? So you can see my tilapia, all right? They need 18 ponds. They need like a very steady environment. And tilapia is also a premium market, all right? You expect to pay more because it takes longer for tilapia. I will explain that right now. It takes longer for tilapia to grow than catfish. So it pays you to just farm your catfish 4 months, 5 months, you've made your money, you've gone. Or you've started another cycle. Better than, oh, I'm keeping for 1.5 years. Do you get that? However, I must also mention that tilapia is cheaper to feed over time than catfish. All right. So for tilapia, you can even have ponds that you keep exclusively for wolfia or azula. Those are greens that tilapia eats and grow well, as good as the commercial feeds that catfish eats. Some people will tell you that catfish eat azula and wolfia. I agree, but they don't eat it to grow as well as commercial feeds. Do you understand? It's like saying that if you feed your cow eba, it will eat. It will eat because it's hungry. But it does not mean that it will eat to grow at a commercial rate that you want to make money from. Do you understand? So you need commercial feeds for catfish, hence making the cost of production of catfish more expensive than tilapia. But if you look at the setup cost of tilapia, don't forget I've mentioned that you cannot even just use all these small mobile ponds for tilapia. Somebody will tell you, they grow in them. I don't deny. I'm just saying to grow at a commercial rate, you need a cage or a dam or a big 18 pond, a place with constant flowing water, and nothing must happen. If not, tilapia has gone. So I'm going to put a cost comparative between catfish and tilapia for 100 fishes. All right, now it does not even make sense for you to do 100 fish of tilapia. You see what I'm saying? So let's do for 500 fishes. All right, so I'll put the cost of 500 fishes of catfish and a potential sales price, and the cost of 500 for tilapia and a potential sales price. Don't forget, as I mentioned again, that if you are farming, if it's a small older farm, all right, please just do catfish. That's the summary, because I don't typically like to give one answer because people have what we call comparative advantages. Somebody can say, but in my area I have water, no issue, then do tilapia. You understand? I can't speak into every situation of all of you, my subscribers. What I can do is just give a general. But if you know that, oh no, but I think I can do this because of that, then please go ahead.
I wanted to do a financial analysis of the two. Now, this financial analysis rests on some certain assumptions which are not necessarily true. But let me explain them, all right? Number one, don't forget, it is not the number of fish you put inside the pond that you will meet at the end. So we are doing an analysis for 500 fish, but realistically, it's not like you put 500 fish inside pond and you meet 500 at the end of the cycle, all right? Number two, the cost of ponds will not be factored into this financial analysis because pond price is amortized over years. If you do a fish pond now, for instance, tarpaulin fish pond now, I put 300,000 here for a tarpaulin fish pond that will take 500 fishes. But it's not that one cycle of fish that you raise that you expect to make that money back, right? Number three, all your fish will also not be the same size. So we put 500 fish inside pond. It does not mean that at the end of the day, you will see 500 fish that will all be 1 kg. It doesn't work that way, all right? Number four is that price of feed is constant. I'm just telling you the assumptions upon this because some people say, but this, I agree. I'm just using these assumptions so that we can all understand. Then there are other expenses, but let's just go through this. So number one, for catfish, let's say the juveniles cost 100 naira for each juvenile. So that's 50,000 naira, right? Then feed costs 1,800 naira per kg currently to raise one fish to 1 kg. Now, that feed is used as an FCR of 1.2, meaning you need 1.2 of that feed for that fish to get to 1 kg. And that's the price there. And then you get to that 1 kg in 6 months, all right, with catfish, all right? That's for 1 kg. So your total cost is cost of feed, cost of juvenile plus X. That X is other expenses like changing water, labor, which I cannot factor in. All right. Now, let's also assume that the sales price of catfish is 2.5 per kg. Right now, I am selling my own 3,000 naira per kg. I'm just using this one as an example. So that brings it to 1,500 naira, 1 million. I'm just using this one as an example, meaning that we can achieve a sales of 1.5 million from 500 fish. Now, if you do your maths and plus, you see that your profit is about 32%. All right. Now, don't forget, there are other expenses that I have not put in. I just explained that this is a rough calculation for us to make our assumptions from. Now, for tilapia, your cage is 1 million, right? And then you do the cost of juveniles as well. And then juveniles is 200 naira times 500, which is 100,000. And then you spend 1.3. Don't forget, I've told you that feed for tilapia is cheaper than that of catfish. And then your FCR is 2:1, meaning you use 2 kg to get 1 kg. And then you raise it for 18 months. And that brings your total cost to 1.4 million plus X. But your sales price is 5,000 naira per kg, meaning you will make 2.5 million in sales. So that brings your profit to 64%. But don't forget that this 64% is after 18 months. And that 18 months, you would have done at least 3 cycles of catfish. That's 32 times 3. That's 96%. If everything goes well. So again, this thing is a game of plus and minus, a game of time and numbers. All right. Would you prefer to make more money from catfish in several cycles, or would you prefer to make less money from catfish with just 1 cycle and 1 pond? I think that decision is up to you. All right, but I'm going to drop my WhatsApp number here so that you can ask me questions. I always prefer, engaging me on WhatsApp, because that way, even if I'm not opportune at that time, I am able to still see your message and respond.
So thank you. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know which one pays you to farm and which one they farm the most in your region. Because I know, like in Ghana, in like the Volta Lake area, they do a lot of tilapia, right? But in Nigeria, catfish is more stronger than tilapia. However, in our water region also, we do a lot of tilapia. In my farm, I do like 5 different types of fish. I'm only talking about tilapia and catfish in this video. Maybe in the next video, I'll do common carp and heterotis so that you can compare and see what else. But all these fishes are premium markets, are premium fish. It's not like I will raise heterotis finish and take it to the market and say they should buy. No. It's for specialized customers. Do you understand? So I'm being very honest with you, and I hope you appreciate it. But if you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Thank you to everybody who likes and subscribes to my YouTube channel. It really helps me and encourages me to do more content. So my name again is Akinfish. See you next week.